Welcome back to the channel. This is Football Temple brought to you by Azar Studios. If you join us for the first time, please remember to subscribe and follow this channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification button. Well, I've got two gentle guys in the studio. I would love to say two people who should naturally not smile at each other when they see each other. On my left-hand side is the ladies man who makes a return after Manchester United disappointing season, where they finished the disappointing 15th, finished with a negative goal difference, and were beaten in the final of the Europa League by the Lily White Spurs. On my right hand side is the Bishop himself, Nonso Arinze, who is back in the studio with me. But for Nonso, he continues to preach as a bishop the next season, Arsenal will finally smile. Guys, it's good to have you join us as we enter into the celebratory mode around the world, as we join our Muslim brothers to celebrate ahead of Eid al-Adha. However, let's go back to the studio. We're talking transfers today, but before we go into the discussion and talk about transfer, Shekari, how far now?
I do right.
You're active.
I'm online.
What's happen? What's happen?
What's happening?
What did do man you now? You don't tell who see you. What's really happen?
We are at the finals of an European competition.
No,
No,
so
a lot of teams have
is that something you should be proud of?
I like the way you call it
yeah.
the name Europa because it sounds like it's not good enough.
We're there. A lot of teams have not been there in a really long time.
Call names. No, they call names.
In the spirit of this celebration, I know one day violence.
Call names, at least Chelsea.
But let's be realistic. You know, when you lose a game of that magnitude, Spursy, my noisy neighbor, you know, you just have to hibernate.
But also,
like I said,
to make it look like, I drew small jive for your side. Your noisy neighbor win European trophy.
Come on, man! It's the first time in their history. Let's.
It's their third Europa League. Remember?
That's where they belong.
You never win anything. You where they claim, where they talk.
Give me some credit. I've won the Champions League.
When
I've been unbeaten.
You've
won the Premier League. I beg your pardon. I've been unbeaten.
I want to know whether
the Carabao Cup
in 1980 you won Champions
I
League.
was winning the semi-finals of the Champions League season. So it's not as bad as it
but
looks
this
like.
same your noisy neighbors, they've been at the finals of the Champions League, but you've not been there.
I've been at the final, unfortunately, before then.
When? What was the last time?
2006. When I
And how did it end?
Come on, we didn't win it, but I've been there. I was there even before Chelsea. Apologies, Chelsea fans. I just throw that jab.
But Chelsea have gone on to win too.
It's football. It happens to the best of us. But for my United fans, what
he's not gone
what a
on to-
disastrous,
he's not gone on to win it.
shambolic, disappointing. I'm trying to be modest here, but you guys will put your head in shame.
I will tell you the
When
truth.
we got Amborin, we were like, oh, this
Let me
will
tell you.
begin. What happened?
I will tell you the truth.
What
Bah.
happened?
If you ask, Man United finished better than you.
How?
Better than, because I mean,
In what planet?
calm down.
Pluto or
We
Mars?
ended this
Okay.
we ended the season with a final,
Okay.
right? I don't care how you want to see him, right? If care was not taken, right?
Okay.
Arsenal for never finish that second. Even though we say some of all those other teams won't come the Megri more, right?
Now Arsenal given a chance to even think about it, but Arsenal be the focus of the Champions League.
How?
I like
and then
this.
how did he end?
It didn't
How
end
did-
well,
how did the
but we know, like I
they-
said, all is well that ends well. Champions League football
Did it
next season,
end well?
Man United won't play in the Champions
You
League.
don't have to
They won't play in the
I-
Europa
because
League.
I
They
did
will
tell-
not play in the Conference League, and their biggest signing is keeping Bruno Fernandes.
I did tell
what
you-
a season.
I did tell you something. Sometimes, but you have to sacrifice some things for the
greater good.
In the grand scheme of things, right? It's a win. If you ask me,
You know
for
this
Man
is the
United-
worst Man United season in
No,
history.
because all those
Do you know this is the
competitions
worst
now
Man
distractions.
United?
If you
This
ask
is the
me,
worst Man United season in
agree.
history.
We
And
agree.
if you go any further than this, you find all.
now the worst Man United, the worst Man United
Yeah.
team so far ended the season with a final. Even though we say we'll not win the final, right?
Finish
But even
15th.
Arsenal's the best Arsenal side in the last 10 years, what have they won? What have they been in any European final?
It can't be like saying I really enjoy this conversation. So when two enemies go up against each other. But for Manchester United and Arsenal fans, it's going to be a long, of course, summer break because it go long. Two of them don't win anything, and the transfer market is not looking good for either of them. But let's start with Arsenal in the transfer market also. We understand that Arsenal are in talks to sign Martin Zubimendi. That deal can't be like say it don't drag too much. You have announced that you are close to agreeing a contract with a player. Sign him and let it go off the line. What's happening with Arteta?
Shockingly, we're hearing the reports that the club, that is Real Sociedad, are trying to lure him to stay. I don't know if the club says he wants whether I can still one more season. I don't know why do you give us the green light. I want to off the light at the moment. It doesn't make any sense.
The club no serious.
You
Now,
don't-
if not team is serious, Ingo they carry Madrid, they play like that.
It's-
Ingo carry Barca, you go carry Man United, they play like
Come
that.
on, Mendy. We all know that's not really a problem.
So is Wait,
It's
just said.
it's about the
He
nature
said
of the club.
it's about the nature of the
Come
club.
on.
So is he
Don't
trying to say
like
that Arsenal is not in the caliber of?
They're
I
not.
will give you, see, you know, the
They're
kind
not.
of players we sign are worthy players. You
truth
go back
of
to
it-
history, look
should
at the
I-
players we signed.
Should I tell you the truth?
Worthy
World-class
players
players.
like Raheem Sterling,
Like Mesut Ozil.
like Raheem Sterling.
We didn't sign him, he's on loan.
But
Okay.
whatever.
He has gone back to his parents'
Okay,
club.
Nuno Tavares, right?
That was not a signing.
Nuno, well, he played.
That was a purchase. So come on, let's stick with Zubimendi for a moment. I think it's a player that Benatton have been eyeing for some time now, and like you said, we thought it was more done and dusted. Agreement, personal terms agreed, and the club are playing hanky panky. Wait and see. But there's a big chance that he may not be coming to Arsenal because of the fact that one, the club is already looking elsewhere, and he made a statement not too long ago that he doesn't know where his future lies. So the player still doesn't know where his future lies, and the report that he's close to signing for Arsenal is a long run, but Arsenal are not really concerned. Have you seen us talk about that? Because that's not the major problem at Arsenal at the moment.
The major problem is the number 9.
Exactly.
Have they talked about the number
Exactly.
So when are we getting that number 9?
I don't even know.
No, you need to tell Arsenal.
No,
fans.
I thought
Tell them.
I thought that would be like, we're in the market, we're doing something. I feel he's lying to Arsenal fans. For the first time in a very long
Are you
while.
calling your coach a liar?
Almost.
Deceptive man.
I don't have evidence. The court of law, nobody will hold me responsible. But I feel he's lying to Arsenal fans. Because if you want a striker, you know that's been your Achilles heel for so long a time, and you've got opportunity in the market, and you see what Liverpool is doing. Look at what Man City is doing. We'll get there very soon. And the only player you're looking to sign is Zubimendi. When you know the midfielder has never been your problem,
No,
with
as a
Declan Rice,
midfielder, Arteta wants the best.
we all
He was a former
know.
midfielder, so
We
he
all
wants to
know.
build a shield.
You create 55 chances and score 2. Beautiful rubbish. Absolutely gibberish. It's not acceptable. So, as long as I don't even care whether Zubimendi comes or not. We heard Thomas Partey is about to sign a new contract as well. The new director, General Batra, is having a conversation with him as well. So, I think Zubimendi or not, I don't think that's not Arsenal's problem. I don't want to be hearing that they're going for Kerkez and Sesko. And even if you look at Kerkez and Sesko, I told you my take on those two players. I don't think that the kind of striker Arsenal need. Arsenal need a one chance, one goal striker.
What kind of striker
Like
is that?
Victor Osimhen, he's languishing in Turkey. We heard that Saudi Arabia are trying to lure him. Can Arsenal close their eyes, open the book, the checkbook which they have, because if you look at the financial record, they are not doing badly, and sign him. And if you sign 1 or 2, even if you don't have 4 or 5, you shut up shop and play for the next season. Because your problem has been you're not scoring goals. Your top scorer is a certain Kahavit. And Bukayo Saka, shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Well, we wait to see how it will work out for Arsenal. But of course, Arsenal in the striker, we understand. Even Newcastle United are open to sell Alexander Isak only if the right offer comes their way. But for a striker that is proven in the Premier League, why don't Arsenal go for him? This guy scored about 24 goals last season in the Premier League.
It's the figure.
And it's shown that is proven. Because what do you need as a coach to be convinced by the potential of a striker who has done it 2-3 seasons in the league you play?
You said something.
He's a figure. Now, let me play this picture. You know, if you look at Victor Osimhen, he's in the range of 70-something million pounds.
Yeah.
Isak definitely be in that range as well, 70 million pounds, because Newcastle has brought out this is the kind of money they want. And Arsenal are stubborn to pay that amount of money for a striker.
Maybe they should pay Jackson. Bring 30 million and take Jackson.
I mean,
Even Chelsea got Delap, and I will get to that very soon. I was like, at least Chelsea got a striker. It may not be what they want, but at least they move into the market and realize that, okay, Jackson has not been the best of strikers. They need the backup. Arsenal is too silent. Let's assume you get Sesko for 30 million pounds. This guy, he had a great season last season, not too great last season. And you think that's the player you want? Anyway, the guy Arsenal used to try your luck gambling, and again they want to gamble. I don't know. I don't think Kerkez is the player that will hit these numbers in the Premier League. We know it's in Portugal. Don't forget he once played in English football with Coventry City.
Yeah.
He didn't hit this number. He had to go all the way to Portugal to get to play regularly under Ruben Amorim, and then it seems that man does ignite something in the young boy, and the boy is absolutely amazing. But I don't think he will hit this kind of numbers in the Premier League. So for me, either way, I step down from Isak and Victor Osimhen. But even with those players, you see the way Arsenal are sluggishly trying to get the signature, which is sad.
Okay, hopefully Arsenal will get it right. But on the lighter note, Raheem Sterling has returned to his parent club Chelsea after a failed season at Arsenal. Well, when he signed, of course, last summer, in his words, you will see a different
me. We saw something different.
What did we see?
What
did we see?
This guy played over 20-something games and scored 1 goal. And the goal he scored, I think, was in the Champions League.
Yeah.
This guy, no disrespect to him, was more of a dancer than a footballer.
He said Arsenal fans will say a different him. You saw it.
We've taken back the different him back to Chelsea.
Let's go to champions, of course, Liverpool, champions of the English Premier League, Liverpool, where, of course, they've also been very busy already.
Yeah.
Liverpool have signed Jeremie Frimpong He joined them from Bayer Leverkusen. And of course, waiting for confirmation. Liverpool will not be in the Club World Cup, but they've gotten their man in already. A direct replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now they want to replace Robertson at left back, and we hear Kerkez.
Yeah.
Is the man from Bournemouth. Anslot last season did not. I didn't sign a player. Only of course Chiesa came in.
Chiesa
from Juventus and didn't really work out.
Yeah.
Now he's going into the transfer market very, very early, and of course we understand that one man is also pushing, and Liverpool are also willing to go as far as 130 for Florian Wirtz.
This is a man that knows what he wants. I go Shaqiri, but I want to hear what he has to say. But for me, this man just won the league. You know, he should be the Arsenal guy chilling and waiting to see what other guys want to bring. But he knows his loophole. Arnold left straight. Jeremie Frimpong. Is it busy?
Direct replacement.
Simple. Robertson hasn't been the best of player in recent times. Kerkez is the best left back I can tell you in the Premier League and with Bournemouth. What a player. His delivery is exquisite. His first touch is golden. The way he caresses and the way he manages the ball is heavenly. And then Florian Wirtz to add bite into the attacking midfield, the number 10 role where they've suffered a lot with Salah trying to do everything. So he's really looking at the weak point of his team and he's already trying to fix it. If you put all those money together, it could cost him over 200 million. But the man has said, okay, this is what I want to do.
But they must also sell.
No, they would sell. Likely Diaz will leave. We hear though. Gakpo will not leave, but the player who's likely to leave is Federico Chiesa. He's talked about the fact that he's
on loan.
He's not.
He
could return back to Juventus. He said he's not going to roll out and return back to the Serie A. So wait and see. But the man knows his problem. See, he's wanting to know your problem and wants to fix it. No, I told the slot. I don't fancy him. I don't think this team, Liverpool team, was the best team. I think every other team behind them had a absolutely shocking season. And the man wants to get his team up to speed, to compete with the best. Man City, we'll get to Man City. Are they trying to tell us we are the big boys here? Let's get back to what there's a card. Imagine a team that may not even take Jack Grealish to the Club World Cup. That's the level they are getting to. So it's business. The man knows what he wants and he's doing the job.
For Anslot, I feel like because he couldn't sign players last season, or because he did not sign players at the beginning of last season,
he was happy with the squad.
He just took his time and then observed where he needed reinforcements, where he needs to bring in more players, and then it's really good. And I like the fact, these players were in the sign. Nobody really dragged the players with them. Like Milos Kerkez now for like 2 years, we don't know that guy will go Liverpool.
Yes.
And he's been good, right? He's been good, right? For Jeremie Frimpong, I know respect down.
Nobody came.
There was maybe the Dutch connection was very
maybe. But he just went. Nobody dragged. See the same thing with Florian Wirtz. I mean, they even expected. Maybe they never expect Bayern because we know how Bayern do with those players. We see they don't go carry Jonathan. I mean, they're expecting at the same thing to happen with Florian Wirtz, but surprisingly, Liverpool and the guy wants to go to Liverpool. He wants to go to Liverpool. Most of these players want to go to Liverpool. I mean, that's what a good manager. That is what winning trophies does to your club as a whole in the transfer market. See how this player they don't really drag. I don't think payment is going to be a problem except for Florian Wirtz. We know 130 million. That money is a lot, right? That money is a lot. Yes, I mean for a player that hasn't really been there for a really long time, he has just played 2 seasons of regular consecutive football, and then he's been fantastic those 2 seasons. He has very good numbers as well.
But why is nobody looking at Matheus Cunha?
That's true.
Maybe because of his antecedents. Before he came to Atlanta, he was playing for a smaller team in Italy, and
because I feel like for 2 seasons, Retugi has held Atlanta.
I think he came to
he came in. He just played 1 season.
Okay, yeah, it was in a lower term. He just came in, played 1 season, and this season has been exceptional. Everything he touches turns to gold. But anyway, people would argue that the goals have been meaningless.
Mostly penalties.
Apart from penalty, the fact that he scored against the lesser teams.
No, it's not top scorer. He wasn't top scorer.
He scored against the lesser teams. Retegui, what a player that guy is.
Retegui.
The guy, what I like about him is his first touch and his ability to get his. There are strikers who are clinical finishers. They are point nines. There are strikers as well who can help bring other players.
Yeah, like Kai Havertz. But let's leave Liverpool. We could go Manchester United. The red side of Manchester, where done deal already for Manchester United is Cunha. That's done and dusted. And United are now moving to the next level, and the next level is looking like Bryan Mbeumo.
The gunman.
Cameroonian.
The gunman.
Now, of course, somehow I feel like Manchester United might be getting it right, and also might not be getting it right, because Bryan Mbeumo has shown that he's proven in the Premier League.
Yes.
We've seen the numbers. The numbers are good.
Very good.
But what exactly does Manchester United need? Is it an Mbeumo, or Manchester United need a total overhaul of the front line?
Well, we're going to get to that, but as it stands, right, you just have to get Premier League experienced players. We've seen the case for Matheus Cunha. He had a fantastic season last season. Bryan Mbeumo for like 3 years. Let me tell you, I did very surprised. See
the way
this player who says he wants to come to Manchester United. I mean, this is what
the figures is crazy.
Yeah, that's
5
just where the
times
problem is.
what he makes at Brentford.
Give him that.
Yes.
Give it
£250,000.
Give it to him. Give it to him for a player.
This is his last chance for a big pay.
For like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
He's scored about 20
since
goals
he came to Real Madrid
last season.
Yeah.
He's been doing very good numbers, right? We thought that when what's his name, Evan Toney was leaving, he no go fit get the same numbers, he no go fit replicate with him. But he exceeded our expectations. For me personally, now one player where I like very much, and the truth is I know really fit talk say he go come Man United and he's going to give us a replica of what he has been given at Brentford, because we've seen a lot of good players come to the club and then we cannot really recognize them. But if you ask me, that's a very good signing. If this deal actually pulls through, and then it just goes to show how big Man United did. Will not really be most people made for out there, right? I mean, of all the teams where they out there, do you get of all the teams where they are there, where they play Champions League, where they play Europa League?
They're not playing Champions League. They have
sat down and said he wants to come.
They're not playing Champions League.
Don't they play anyone?
I mean, of all the teams that are there, right, that he could possibly go to, there's a certain Arsenal. We know, say if he go Arsenal, whoever it is that do you get. We know there's a Tottenham Hotspur, a bigger club. If you ask me, playing in Champions League as well, he not really looked their side, and then he came out and said
maybe they go with free money. There.
Come on, no,
£250,000.
Free money.
5 times his wages.
Free money.
Thank God for Man United.
Thank God for
poverty
allegation.
No, let's be honest. It's not just poverty allegations.
Because that's not free money. Because it's.
But let's be realistic.
He has ended it.
It's the transfer market is crazy. Yeah, players earn a lot of money.
I'm going to say that. If you want to say that is Mbeumo what Man United needs, I mean, I know that we have a lot of priorities.
No, United go as high as
making £235,000.
United go as high as £250 for a Bryan Mbeumo.
No, I think they
age is not on his side. Age is really not on his side.
He's 25 thereabouts. Yes.
Okay, so he's still got like 5 years for United.
But let me see, if Sterling can make £235,000
for sitting on the bench.
If can have it, oh boy. Can make it that kind of
money. The Champions League winner, don't forget.
Come on, it's what he's playing at the moment.
Raheem Sterling won the Champions League also.
We know.
So these guys are champions.
At the point he was brought to Chelsea,
Bryan Mbeumo has not played in
any European
competition.
Yeah.
He will play now.
The best competition he has played is the AFCON.
And he did well.
Yes, he did well.
Cameroon. That's the biggest stage in Africa. Give him his flowers.
So the right money for Manchester United.
I think maybe maybe with regards to his
so which other players should be looking at for Manchester United transfer market?
We should I'm going to say this thing here. if because personally I don't really get my reservations about this Amorim guy, but I don't want to talk and make people be like say when this thing starts, I mean they shout Ruben the man.
If they shout Ruben the man, we will bring Ruben the man.
Now why I know
Ruben the man.
Now why I don't want to talk the reservations
before you go begin shout Bryan the man.
But let's just give him the season, right? Yeah. Like I'm going to say, right? There are a lot of players there are a lot of places where I feel like we need reinforcements. There are a lot of players that I think should not be in that club anymore, right?
Casemiro.
For Casemiro, I feel understand. He's one of the players that stepped up this last season, right? Yeah, and then consider the fact that there are still a lot of young players that are playing that midfield. He's going to do a lot to their development and all of that, right? And we know that the guy that wears the number 9 jersey should not be in the Premier League. Now. He shouldn't be anywhere around the Premier League, right?
We are Inter Milan.
Should I tell you something? This Inter Milan, for me, Højlund going to Inter Milan is even better than a bigger move for him than Mbeumo coming to Man United. I desperately want to see that desperately. I want to see that move happening, and we know that in that area we need. I feel like in that area is more of a priority, right, for Man United. But Bryan Mbeumo has shown that he can play anywhere. He can play as a 10. He can play from the flank. He can also play on the 9. We saw he did that last season. Played a lot of times.
When Anthony was left and he played
when he was suspended when he had the betting issue.
We played a lot of times with Yohan Wissa just behind him, and then we've seen what he can do when he gets those balls. We've seen how clinical he can be. A very good signing for me. We know we need reinforcements.
You need. No, they say we need.
The time where I go. The time where I go.
Say you need. No, let's get it right. Man United need. Say you need. He need because Manchester is a United. When he say we need, he generalize all of us for studio. Say we need Mbeumo. We don't need Mbeumo. You need them.
Okay, you don't need them.
I don't need them.
You don't need them.
I don't need them.
Okay. But anyway, for me, the biggest signing for Man United has been the fact they kept Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Al Hilal wanted him, but they kept him.
Thank God for his wages. Thank God for his wife. You guys should get her a flower. Get her some wages.
Round of applause for
his wife. Yeah,
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to Stamford Bridge quickly, where Chelsea has completed a 30 million signing of Liam Delap. Now Delap joins Chelsea from Ipswich. The club went on relegation, so automatically his relegation clause was active, and Chelsea activated that clause after Manchester City, of course, who had first option, refused to take it up, and he will wear, guess what, the number 9 cost jersey in Chelsea. No player in this generation has succeeded wearing the number 9 at Chelsea. The last one was Fernando Torres. The last big name signing, let me put it that way, was Fernando Torres. I can go on and on. Kezman, of course, Bula also won number 9.
But the best number 9
Santo
the last time
won number 9.
If you ask me, this
Jimmy
guy,
Floyd Hasselbank, that's the best.
Hasselbank was the last player.
This guy don't wear 9. Lukaku. He won 9 at some point now, yeah?
The Lukaku succeeded in Chelsea.
He got some goals. I was a success.
The Lukaku succeeded at Chelsea.
No, he didn't.
It's not a success.
So the only last success was
he did better at Manchester United as even
he did better everywhere that he did at Chelsea. But Liam Delap 30 million.
That
looks like a steal.
It's steal. Absolute steal. I may not be.
A player that scored double digits in the Premier League. 12 goals rather in the Premier League.
It's steal. I think
like
I look at that guy. I just see
he's strong and he's fast.
I look at that guy. I just see an upgrade of Rasmus Højlund. I don't see anything special. Aside from the fact saying get rockets for leg, I don't see any. I don't like those kind of strikers. I don't like those kind of strikers. Let's be honest.
It's quick.
Players are not good. He's not fantastic with the ball in his foot. He's not.
It's just a finisher.
I don't like strikers. I like strikers that would play and bring in build other players. Very good build up, likes of their Mateta. If you ask me, Benzema. Make Man United go get Mateta. I don't know why they are looking at that
everybody
guy.
For the transfer market.
Mateta for me. Nobody go drag Mateta with Man United, right? So like I
said, after when they go Europa League, go they play with the club. When they play
after working hard to get it.
After working hard to get there,
we've seen players.
At least let him experience it once.
We've seen
because if you start for Man United and play 4 years, he may not play.
He's not getting younger.
We've seen players make decisions out of love.
If Mateta and your brother, you go advise him.
I will.
It's not out of love. Out of the money you offer him.
Come to Man
United.
I think it's a good deal. I think, like you said, it's still modern day football transfer market is still the boy, like you said, has proven that he can play in the top league. I know it's with Ipswich Town, but come on, I don't think he'll be the main man in any club he goes to. So he knows whether he wears number 9 jersey or he's going to play second fiddle. So he now has to build himself from the bench, and force the coach and force himself into the plan of Enzo Maresca. For Enzo Maresca to give a go ahead for him means that he thinks this guy is someone I can work with, someone I can work with. Like he said, the everything he's got is young, he's got years ahead of him, so he can learn. He's quick, he's athletic, and he's, like he said, his shooting ability is very. He has power. Whether he's left or right, for reminds me of a certain Jeremie Vardy at his prime. So for me, it's a good signing. And maybe not I don't know. I'm tired of things an upgrade on Nicolas Jackson, but I'll give Nicolas Jackson the benefit of the doubt until after the club World Cup, maybe next Sunday I'll decide. But to me, for that amount of money for a young, there's not the funny part. There's a resale value. He's young, so even if it doesn't work out for him, just got ability.
At least I can get worst case scenario half of the price.
Absolutely. So it's a gamble that is worth taking, and for me it's a good one.
Well, Liam Delap has become Chelsea's 46th active player. Yes, 46th. And counting for Chelsea. It remains to be seen how Chelsea will try to offload some of the players they've got. But one good thing is that they've got a lot of players under the age of 25.
That's the problem.
That's one good thing Chelsea have got. They've got a lot of players. Chelsea have 6 goalkeepers and are in the market for Mike Nyang.
Yeah,
Nyang, of course, the AC Milan goalkeeper.
29-year-old.
And they still want more goalkeepers. They've got 6 goalkeepers.
That guy goes to Chelsea.
No, but I think he's a step up to all the goalkeepers at Chelsea. No disrespect.
Yes, he's a step up.
The fact that he's in the first choice since Lloris retired at France, and the fact that he's been the captain and the leader at the AC Milan, to me is a good deal for Chelsea. For him, maybe not, because AC Milan look like with the new manager that get in, they want to build something under with young players, Tammy Abraham and the young guys. But if Chelsea gets it, for me, they just have somebody in the hand of goalkeepers. Should I call their name? Jorgensen, Petrovic, Sanchez. They've
I thought
suffered.
they said Petrovic was good. I thought.
No, he will get his time. He's a young goalkeeper. Solinia.
Yeah.
Exactly. The guy from
Strasbourg.
DSA. Exactly. The young goalkeepers. But Maidan will give you what we call reliability, durability, experience. Even though that is someone are calling 25 million pounds, Chelsea are willing to pay the amount of money for a 29-year-old. 25 million pounds. Even I want to cash in big time. But I think they will reach a consensus. We heard that Mike now wants the move. He's told the club he wants to make the move. It's now up to Chelsea to find a way to reach a consensus with AC Milan.
Well, since we're talking AC Milan, let's go to Italy quickly. Let's talk about Cesc Fabregas, a former player of the Premier League of Chelsea, Arsenal, and of course the Premier League legend. Cesc Fabregas is close to joining Inter Milan as their new coach. That's after Inter Milan, of course, let go, or should I say that's after Inzaghi mutually left the club and is gone to Al Hilal in the Saudi Arabian League. No, so the last time we spoke about Simeon Inzaghi, Yon Kanisan wanted him to stay. I said, they should have let him continue what he's done.
Yeah.
But like I said that day, if he's gotten to 2 finals in 3 years, there's nothing the man can offer again.
But I don't know, he can.
What does he want to offer?
I listened to
Champions League.
Moreta, the chairman or the president of the club, and he said he had an honest conversation with him. The guy he thanked him for his honesty. The boy told him that
they had a financial conversation.
He said the money was huge, man.
The money was too good to reject.
He said, please, sir, I love Inter Milan. Inter Milan loves me too. We love each other, but this money loves me better. My family needs this money. My children need this money. And he said he thanked him for his honesty. And the man is going to, it's not as if they let him go. But before the final, he said it, win or lose, he wanted the man to stay. After the final, he repeated it again. They wanted Inzaghi to stay. But
Fabregas.
What a signing. I think it's a good signing.
They've not gotten him yet.
And still, the president of Como is insisting that they have told all parties involved that they want to keep him longer.
Yes,
they
said they want to keep it. They don't need the money.
Right.
If
you ask me, I don't know where the rush go. Right.
These are over the lifetime.
Let's look at this.
It doesn't have to be Inter Milan. I said this yesterday. It doesn't have to be Inter Milan.
Is it right for that move?
Is that right for Arsenal?
Thank you
very much. Is that right for Arsenal?
Well, is that why Arsenal not winning?
Let him go there and let him continue helping them.
No. Okay,
I'm realistic. It's like you're saying that a player is young and the Barcelona conference is, he's not ready. Look at Amorim. They told him, if you don't sign in January, we'll not come back again. You guys say, please take me.
Maybe they should have not even allowed him.
Take me.
Let's get something straight here. You know Fide is Arteta as case study. Arsenal is a smaller club with little with the Inter Milan and come on now with smaller ambitions.
Arsenal is not a smaller club. Inter Milan. In terms of value, Arsenal is a bigger club.
By far bigger club.
Only value wise. No, so only value wise. Well, in terms of trophy,
today is Sunday. When Salah Muta, I come.
In terms of trophy wise,
I forgive you.
What I'm saying is, at the time they wanted to get, at the time they got Arteta, right? They had little ambition. What did they have? What were they expecting? What were they expecting for a club like Inter Milan? We saw they've been at Champions League final twice in less than 3 years. They were contesting. They lost out
the final
with a point or so, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, come on, if you compare the two sides now, for Cesc Fabregas, if you ask me, I feel like I don't think he's ripe enough for that move. The same scenario with what's his name, Xabi Alonso, right? Before he joined Como, has he coached any other reasonable team?
He owns Como.
Come on.
That's why he's coaching Como. He owns it. Like a gamble that worked.
Now you go leave Como after barely 2 years, or let's say like 2 years of being there, and from the second division to the Italian Serie A, and then he kept them there. I was listening to Candy Sam yesterday saying that he might get relegated with Como if he decides to stay. I don't think that's happening. He's done a fantastic job at Como. Let's tell us, and he's also got. I think he has a very good eye for players he wants. He don't show. He has a good eye for players.
Yes, his
intentions are clearly known. You see the kind of players when you don't go out for the likes of Nico Paz, the Asandiao guy that had good numbers to last season. You see how they bring in experienced players. They mix them with the younger ones too. I feel like maybe he should stay a little longer. Maybe just a year.
I don't think so.
If you ask me, Inter Milan is a bigger club with bigger expectations. Yes. I don't think he can live up to that. That's just what I feel. I feel like
life is a gamble. When Enrique came to Barcelona, the fans were screaming, no. Now they're singing, yeah. When Pep took up the job, it was wow. Now it's woo. It's
but
a gamble.
Arteta took up the job at Arsenal. The fans sang, yeah. But right now, it is nah.
So that's a gamble.
Thank you very much.
He needs to jump.
No, I like it. He was rhyming for us.
He was able to jump into the deep end.
So you should take it. You should
jump
take
into the deep end. Jump into the deep end.
Jump into the end.
Absolutely.
Well, let's go back to England. Let's talk Manchester City. City are active. We understand Thierry Randers, AC Milan, Ryan Cherki, Lyon.
Cherki.
Jean Cherki, I beg your pardon. Are two players. Pep Guardiola.
And Nuri.
Once.
Three.
And of course, and Ryan Nuri, of course, in defense. Fantastic player. Wow. I think Ryan Nuri helped me in my fantasy. What a player. I had him all season. Bro, if the guy when they scored the assist, the guy is consistent. No matter how bad we want to watch as well.
Play as a right back,
play as a left wing back.
I think this guy he had like the best return of his career.
Milankovic, Olaina.
Fantastic players.
Fantastic players.
For
fantastic kings like us.
For Ryan Nuri, like I said, he had the best return this last season. Yeah. He's been there for a while. For 2-3 years, he's been consistent. He has been doing very good. We know that at some point he wasn't really a starter when he joined the club. I think was it Johnny Otto or so that was playing that position. But gradually he got in and then he made that position his own. If you ask me, if Man City do get him, good signing. I don't know why a lot of teams have not really talked about that.
And the guy also suffered at left back. In past let's say 5-6 years, they've had after Benjamin had those issues. Cancelo, they've had Zinchenko. Now it's a certain gap.
They even signed a certain Angelino.
They let go. He's left. But now they didn't get game time. Couldn't play. He was too big for him.
Yeah.
Man. So
and they've tried almost everybody.
They've tried.
But you know that it's not his natural position.
Yeah.
Even though he's scoring goals.
No, attacking-wise, good.
But
when is his main job to do?
Problem.
It becomes a problem.
So I think
if you ask me, I feel like they're making very good signings. Tijani Reinders, one player that I did not expect.
Cherki.
If you ask, Cherki own, I feel. But Reinders, come on, that guy.
Wait, Shekari. I don't know the hype about Reinders.
He was named after.
That's why I don't win league with AC Milan or qualify AC Milan to Champions League.
Like
you can't win league.
One man cannot make it.
With Manchester City.
He was named after Tijani Bangida. His father loved Tijani, so he named Tijani.
Come on.
Well, hopefully Manchester City get it right, but of course that's all from the transfer market. The transfer market is opened from the 1st of June up until the 10th. Now this is because of the Club World Cup, so there's a special window created by FIFA for clubs who are participating in the Club World Cup. However, to make it very fair to all clubs in Europe, FIFA also decided to open the transfer window to every team for everybody to be able to sign. The window will then close on the 10th and then reopen on the 16th, where the window will now open for Arsenal and their cohort to begin to sign players. Football Temple brought to you by Azar Studio. The transfer is active. I hope your club is also active.